But yeah, you know.
Odell Beckham finally comes through, I swear.
That was a good game, actually. Bengals and Browns. I enjoyed that game thoroughly.
He's on the bench, though. He put up like 2 points last week, and now he's putting up 17. Thanks, bro. Thank you.
I heard that he might get traded pretty soon.
He's wanting, yeah.
So it is what it is. Oh gosh, again, you know, why did we gather here today? I really can't remember. It's I guess just to say hi.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it was just like a
commentary.
Just a quick little hello.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. All right,
we just need to stream, so we just need to log on and then log off. That's
it. Yeah, that's it. All right, well, hey guys, it was nice. I guess we'll talk later. So.
Great chat, everybody. Great chat.
Oh wait, no, it's not. We have a special episode going on tonight. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Heathens and Heroes, just chatting or talking heroes. I don't know what we're calling this yet. Talking heathens.
The
Cheathen Heathens. No, that's not right.
No.
I don't know.
We'll work on the marketing. We
haven't worked on.
We'll send it to the. We'll send it to
Gods and Gossip.
Gods and Gossip. There we go.
There we go.
That's actually not too bad. I like that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Heathens and Heroes, episode 1 of Just Chatting. That's what we're calling this. I don't know. We're just kind of getting together because, again, we are trying to hit our affiliate status. So we figured, hey, what's a better opportunity than to just kind of gather everybody together and chat a little bit, see what we got going on. This is going to be a shorter session tonight, but again, just getting together and
turns into a 3-hour. I
say that, but you know, we want to interact with you guys on the chat. So if you have any questions or you have anything you want us to talk about, let us know as well. And we don't have anything scheduled to talk about. We're really just gonna bullshit and figure out what we want to do with our show. And again, we want to make a better show for you guys. So if you guys have any suggestions, any commentary, anything at all that you want to throw at us, let us know, and we will begin talking about it. But yeah, how's everybody night doing? You guys doing good?
If you're asking us, then yes, I'm doing good.
Everybody, I'm talking.
Yes, I am doing well as well.
I'm still brokenhearted, but I'm doing okay. It's okay.
Well, again, yeah. I mean,
hello, Avenged. Good to see y'all in as always.
Avenged,
giving the love.
Oh wow! Look,
thank you for passing on the message, Tricks. Thank you.
Even Aaron Guard's in there. Look at that. Hi, Aaron Guard. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Oh wait.
Okay, welcome to the show. It's a chat night, and I grabbed stress snacks. Oh, good. Well, hey, you know what? Not you may not have to stress snack too much. I mean, I don't know. It really depends on how angry Troy gets and if he's gonna rip off his shirt or not. But we'll see.
Nah, we'll see.
It might get a little stressful at that point, but no, we're keeping it kind of easy tonight. So, yeah, you know, I guess.
I swear. John better be asleep. If not, I'm going to Austin tomorrow and kicking his ass.
I don't know. Virtual Trick said, Reaper says, suh. So, suh.
Thank you, Tricks.
But for illness, I hope he's asleep because that boy needs his sleep.
I love how
he should be. He did manage to get a few hours of uninterrupted sleep because he took melatonin last night. So
okay.
Yeah, hopefully he did the same thing tonight so that he can be up and fresh and ready to go for work tomorrow.
At 4 a.m.
I love how last night we were playing Neverwinter, and you know he's like, I'm so tired. You know, we're like, all right, we'll go to sleep after this. And then what does he do?
Stays up and plays some more.
Classic John.
That boy.
Oh man.
Love him, but need some sleep.
But
you too, Trey.
Yeah. We all need sleep, really. I mean, even I kind of stayed up longer than I should have last night. So
sleep is for the dead.
Fair enough.
I'm going to bed, guys. Good night.
All right, it's been fun. Here we go.
So this is a little unorthodox. I don't think anybody really prepared any topics to talk about, but
Tricks, we love the support, we do, but girl, it is like I don't even know what time
it's like 4 in the morning or something like that for her.
I believe she said it's 3:30 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, about that.
It's nearly 4 a.m. I can start Reaper shift.
Hey, and also, yeah.
Jump in the Discord.
Honestly,
and then get the video camera. Let's go.
Yeah, literally. I mean, if anybody wants to jump in the chat, we're not holding this. This is not a formal thing at all. You guys can hop in and talk, and we'll get you.
Yell at us.
You know,
it's okay.
But you know, speaking of the show, you know, we've had a lot of fun with this. I mean, I can't believe we're coming up on 12 episodes. That's pretty freaking awesome. What was your guys' favorite moments from the past? I don't want to say season because I know this isn't our first season per se, but I mean, I guess it is our first season, but it's not over. What would you say is your favorite moments from the show so far?
Matt, you go first. You DM bastard, you.
Hey, going first. All right.
I can start it off if you'd like.
Go for it.
Okay. I think my favorite moment is got to be anytime that we get any singing going, and specifically, it was the auto-tune moment between me and Esteban, and that was one of my favorite times. I love the funny moments.
That is my favorite clip, I'm not going to lie.
That's one of my favorite clips too, for sure.
It was a classic, but if I had to go with one of
that's a good one.
One of the most epic moments, I would say my favorite moment is probably the Minotaur fight. I loved that entire fight. It was one of my favorite battles that we did, so that's kind of what I liked.
You know, for me as a DM, like, it's hard for me to have a favorite moment just because I like all the varying levels of progression that your characters have, especially with this campaign compared to most, because, like, you literally start with nothing and you have to build your way up, and how you build your way up and interact with it all is just glorious. But honestly, it is going to be post Arcado's death, like, just because for me the lulls, the fighting, the epic is always great in D&D, but whenever people actually, you know, really empathize and feel, you know, and for your characters just having all of that intensity and, you know, kind of working through it rather than ending the episode after dealing with it, but also having that extra hour, it was just like sublime. Also, like, whenever Nandor, you know, heard about what happened to Turvey and had his moment, like, just those moments where, you know, it makes the player shake as much as the character. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, good. I mean, absolutely. Those make for the most memorable moments, I would say. As far as emotion, emotion is what drives it. A lot of the heart in this, and especially like when Esteban came out with those feels about Topsy and everything, and or Topsy or Turvey, whichever one it was, I can't really remember at this time, but whoever was hurt, and, you know, he was so down that this happened to somebody that he cared about, and it showed in his emotion by playing through the character, and I think he did a really good job on that. So those are some of my favorite moments too, whenever we can break down and get real, you know.
Yeah, for my end of things, I would say there's two moments that stand out. The more serious moment for me would be the dream sequence after Arcadus's death. That for me, like, watching you guys play through that and play through the emotions of all of that, and just how well Matt did at describing that, and how much like you could see how it was affecting you guys, was just amazing to me. For a funny moment, it was definitely my first episode with you guys where Nandor was charmed or something was wrong with Nandor, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna punch Nandor, and immediately Robus is like, you're one of us now. Yes, you're one of the group.
Yeah.
if I don't punch Nandor, it's just a wasted episode. Okay, I'm just gonna throw that out there. I love John. I do. I love Esteban. I love Nandor. I love you guys and the characters that we bring to life. And Matt does such a phenomenal job at bringing the surrounding area, the story, everything just comes to the imagination. And you're like, I can see it. I'm down this hallway. I'm in this cave. I'm fighting this person. I'm fighting this thing. What am I going to do next? Like that whole just intenseness of the battles just, and even when it's not a battle, we're just walking through, having our, one-on-one moments, or the pancake off, or waffle flips and everything going on. It's a different feel, but it's still the same like intensity and emotion that you bring to your character.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about it. Favorite moment would have to be the killing of evil lady, warden lady, by my hand.
Otherwise known as the bloody spread eagle.
The bloody spread eagle, according to Connor. The bloody eagle was my favorite, and it just felt so good because she deserved it, and I'm just glad that I was the one who did it. So yeah, another great moment. The whole punching Nandor down the hallway as he's freaking out. That's always fun. I mean, just Craig or the clutch, ladies and gentlemen, or the clutch. Always coming in big when we needed it and rolling these great 20s, 19s, 18s, and killing a Minotaur and doing the stealth attacks before we go to battle. Like, who else can pull that off except for the clutch? So
I'm just gonna say, I can't take all the credit. Okay, me and Fate, we go like that. All right, that's just how it is. I leave it to the dice, and that's all that I can do. So I can't take all the credit.
You and Fate are doing great. Me and Fate have some talking to do because I am rolling low.
Yeah, facts.
Like, I'm the tank of this group, so I gotta start rolling some big numbers here, But no, let's roll.
Nah, man, you're a tank. You just have to stand in front like a nice meat shield.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm protecting you guys. That's my role, protector of the group.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as DM appreciation goes, yes, Matt. I mean, again, this is my first Dungeons and Dragons session I've ever been a part of, but I would not have done this with anybody else but you, because you do a great job at creating the environments, creating the story, and your voice acting, and you get so into it, and I love it so much because that's what makes it such a good experience. And so thank you again for being our Dungeon Master through this experience and helping us to put this together. As far as maybe improvements, or what, maybe not improvements, I want to say, what are some things that maybe you guys want to, I mean, just brainstorming, maybe implement into the show later on as we do grow this channel? Or do you guys have any ideas that come to mind?
A secondary roll of the dice that I have a hard copy of, just in case.
Wait, we'll have to talk about that one.
I'll roll this for Matt. It's okay. I got him. I got him on this one. Let it slide. I'll even put the camera down on the table so you can see I'm not cheating.
I do want to say too, this is a question for chat. If you guys have any ideas, this is a good time to tell us what you guys kind of want to see implemented in the show. As far as when we hit affiliate, that's what I'm really looking forward to, is having these commands that we can throw into with the chat, have them interact with the show, maybe change something, make something happen that we weren't expecting. I mean, who knows? I mean, there's the limits. The limits are really limitless, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well said. Well said.
I don't do words, guys. I don't know why you put me in this host role.
I'll take over too. It's okay.
Yeah, anytime, Troy. You let me know.
You give me the cue. All right, Johnny Carson, I got you. No worries.
But yeah, do you guys have any good ideas? Avenge said just rolled a d20, so we're fine with that too.
Perfect.
I just got a 2. Oof.
Yeah, for me, I know we've talked about it in the past, but I really feel like one of the easiest ways to have the channel participate in things is to implement inspiration. So in fifth edition Dungeons and Dragons, they have a feature called inspiration that people can award it to a player, and it allows them to just re-roll any roll, right? So you roll a roll, like, oh, my attack missed or whatever it was, and you get a chance to re-roll it. And inspiration is awarded in a lot of different ways depending on the DM's decision. So sometimes the DM will be the one that awards it. Sometimes players can give it to each other, which is how I've played it at tabletop sessions I've done. But I think having the chat have the ability to award it for a moment when a character, really makes them feel something, really makes them laugh, really makes them, like something like that, and they're given a chance to award it, a certain limited number of times per show. I think could really be awesome for us to have as chat participation.
That's a great idea.
I would say that each player would only get one per show. So they would have to decide when and where it gets put in.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I can see that. Yeah, just a one-time deal for your special character that you like, or whoever needs it at the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and I think it would be the best way to implement it. I don't know how you do it, Matt, at your sessions, but it's always been like you get it and then you can use it anytime in the future, or would you do it as the chat chooses when the player can use it?
I'm not too sure yet because it would be a matter of also choosing, like, is it a poll that they take before they get to use it, or does each one have it and then they can roll something, or is it based on sparks or the or bits? Still fucking saying mixer stuff. Uh, bits or the unique currency that we make whenever we do get affiliate, of how they receive that inspiration, because it would be good for the whole show. But it would just be a matter of, you wouldn't start with it. It'd be like during that episode, you did something that made one person in chat be like, they should have an inspiration for that. It would be a matter of how to decide instead of just being like, and boom. Or even with the D20s that we have rollable, if they roll a natural 20, then they get to decide who gets the inspiration as well. But because that one's based on rolls, you know, I would want to have a way to where it's like you don't get it, so you spam it 100 times to make sure you do get it. A way to prevent that type deal.
So one person, or not one person, but like one roll per person in the chat. Like you can only roll the d20 once, and that's what you get.
I'm pretty sure we
thing.
can set something
or
up like that.
once every hour or something like that. Because I think under the commands it has a cooldown timer on it. So you could put that down there, and it's just like, all right, you've used it, you had your chance, so an hour later you can try again. And if that person hasn't received inspiration this episode, you can give inspiration to whoever. But those are just kind of, it's just, I don't mind it. It would just be a matter of how to best implement it without it over, without it breaking anything or being like
Right.
more
Without
useful
having that
than
constant,
unlucky.
yeah, and like the constant inspiration throughout the entire night.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hashtag codes.
Yeah, for channel point redemptions, we could also do obviously you want to make these pretty high cost, right? Because you don't want somebody coming in and just spamming a whole bunch of them at one time. But you could do something like a +1 to roll a point redemption. So somebody can literally just redeem that for channel points, and they just give a +1 to whatever character, or to the DM if they so choose.
Yeah, that's a good point. That and these kind of rewards will kind of help to drive our performance as these characters too. I think, you know, because the more that we perform for our characters and just bring these characters to life, it may influence our chat to decide who they want to give their points to and their rewards to. So I agree. I think that's a good way to keep it interactive and to keep us on our toes as well. So yeah, that's a good point. I really like that idea. Oh, that's it, guys. I don't know. I don't have any other questions.
Stream.
So I do have a question for y'all, and Lucas, you can reinterpret this question because it won't apply the same for you, and you'll see why. But I know y'all haven't played before, and that's why, because Lucas, you played D&D before, you know enough about it. But what were your, expectations and views on the game before you started playing versus where they stand now, if there's any difference? And I guess for you, Lucas, it's before joining into this game and where it is now,
You want me to go first, Connor?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. For me, the expectations were, I knew a basic general idea of the game from going to a person's house and having all this stuff set up in front of you, rolling for characters, rolling for this, rolling for that. So I got the dice and I was like, well, if we're doing it online, I could still, roll here. It'll be totally fine. Like, we'll do that. I didn't expect any of the electric stuff going on. And yeah, I'm just blown away by, like, my expectations were all surpassed. Like, just as soon as we got into it, I was not expecting anything like that. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna be fine. We're like all guarded up. We're gonna be cool. Like walking through, like taking out things left and right. All like, and the dice are gonna be on our side all the time. We're gonna be rolling like 10 plus. So no worries. When really we're rolling 2s, 3s, 6s, and it's just like, yeah, you fail. Oh shit.
Day one, dude.
We are literally screwed.
Day one.
But at the same time, it's that fun. Like, it's like it wasn't handed to us because we're new. It's like we're gonna treat you like a seasoned player, and if you like it, you're gonna stay around. If not, well, too bad.
Yeah.
And like, this is my first campaign, first character, first literally everything with D&D, and I love it. I look forward to our Wednesdays throughout the entire week. I'm like, dude, D&D's tonight. I don't go to the gym. It's my off day. So like, I come home, make dinner, do some laundry, and then I'm like, yes, D&D time with the boys. Let's go do something. Let's go have some fun.
Same. Yeah.
I like it. I like what we're doing here. I love it. It's fun.
Yeah, I too, kind of to echo his. I mean, I look forward to it every Wednesday. It's one of my favorite things to do. That week that we were off, I mean, every time I talked to John or to Troy or anybody, we were like, God, I miss D&D. I want to get back to it, But okay, so as far as my expectations go, before I started this, I know this was something I always wanted to do. I just never had the opportunity, or I didn't really search for the opportunity. Maybe that's what it was. But now that I had it, I mean, John Esteban was the one who came to me and said, hey, I want to get together with me, you, and Troy, and we have our Dungeon Master, Matt, who's going to run everything. Come in here, try this out, see if you like it. And I was on board immediately. I was like, oh, let's do it, dude. I want to do this and see what it's all about. And I fell in love immediately. And like you said, Troy, it wasn't just, oh, you're new, you're coming in this. Oh yeah, we'll take it easy. No, not even 1 second, because the first thing that I did was fuck up our chances at getting out of the fucking prison, dude. I had to take the sword. I took the sword. And I just, I misheard Matt. I was not listening, or I just did not comprehend everything that was said to me at one time, and I totally forgot that there was someone looking or coming through the door at that time, and they saw me with the sword, and I just fucked everybody at that point. So, that was a great start to my D&D career, and I love it. And ever since then, ever since that moment, when I first started, my expectation was, okay, I'm going to be kind of serious. I'm going to be like this guy who's like, knows what he's doing, everything. No, as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, Kraegor's an idiot, and that's what I'm going to play as. So that's kind of how we keep it going. But as far as
the most lovable one.
No, totally fine with that. Like, that whole sequence literally set the game for what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So it really shot us to where we were. Because even I, like, going into this, I totally forgot, because I'm a smart ass by trade. I am a smart ass and I speak everything. And I forget that, like, every time I'm like, hey, don't do that, you're an idiot, or like I'll say something, Matt's like, all right, so that's in the game now, and there's a guard right over there, and he just heard you say this is the plan to get out. Because remember, I did that. I was like, you gotta shut up, you're ruining plan. And then he was like, oh, so the guard overheard that because he's literally standing next to you. There's a guard next to you. Like, you can't have that one-on-one, like, Connor, shut up. Like, this is, don't say that.
Yeah.
I said it out loud over this microphone, so now he knows, and he's just like, that guard, he now knows. So it's like, oh, watch your mouth, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything, you're an idiot, don't say anything, don't say anything. And it's hard, but like once you get in it, you get it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and that's why I like playing as Kraegor so much, because it's just I do what comes to my mind, and that's all I can do. So, and it seems to work out for the most part. I don't know how, but it does. I think after that first moment, I've kind of come to terms with Kraegor, and he has taken a toll on the unconventional, unorthodox way of doing things, and it worked out for the most part. But as far as my expectations, where they meet now, blown away. I mean, I never thought that it would be something like Troy was saying, where I would just be wanting to be in this world more and figure out what's going to happen on the next episode or what's going to happen on our next session, because I look forward to it all the time. And it literally grew to be a part of who I am now. And I mean, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I love it. And thank you again for letting me be a part of this. So that's it.
No problem. I mean, thank John. He's the one who poked me out of nowhere and was like, hey, you want to DM online? And I was like, hey, COVID just hit. I can't play in person anymore. Yes.
He's the one that got me into it. He was like, we were playing Xbox, and he was like, dude, so you ever play D&D? And I was like, no, but I mean, I wanted to, and it's like getting more popularity. And I was like, all right, like, not trying to be like that guy that jumps on the popular train, but I wanted to do it. It's just I never had the opportunity like Connor. Like he didn't search for it. Like I never searched for it because I didn't know anybody in high school that did it. Well, it turns out a lot of my friends were doing it. I just didn't know that they were doing it. And he was like, yeah, dude, I want to do it. I have you and somebody else in mind, and we just need a DM real quick. And I was like, okay, yeah, like whatever. I'm down. Like I'm down to try it. Yeah, let's do it. He's like, cool. All right, let's get you remember that guy that we were playing with on Apex, Cracker? And I was like, yeah. All right, Connor, he's gonna be our third. I was like, okay, cool.
Me.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought you were asking me. I'm like, hold on. That, yeah.
No. So so I met Connor through Xbox through John, and we played Apex, and that's where we first got the introduction. And then he was like, yeah, Connor's gonna do it too. We're gonna do it with us. So that's 3. We just need a DM. I was like, who do you have in mind? He was like, I remember Tate and all these guys playing back home, and they had Matt doing as their DM. And I was like, can you get him? He was like, yeah, I think I can. And then the ball started rolling, and he's the person that brought us all together. He's the Nick Fury, is what I'm saying.
Fair enough. And then of course,
I found his Halloween costume.
Captain America right here. It's okay.
And then of course the addition of Lucas has just been great. I mean, how many episodes have you been on now, Lucas? When did you come in here? Was it like episode 5 or something? 5 or 6?
4.
6, I think. Yeah.
I thought it was
6 was
4.
my first.
It was after the Minotaur. It was right after Minotaur.
Was it right after?
It was
It was
right
the,
after.
it was the Lost Tomb of Kime. So let me check on YouTube because it's up on there, and I can tell
Hey.
you what episode that is.
This
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 6.
this stream is brought
'Cause
to you by our
he
YouTube
was-
channel, by the way.
Oh yeah. And this lovely bottle of water that's untouched by man at your local retail grocery store.
And
PG.
banana pudding. That's it. Banana pudding. My
When I work
wife
out-
let me eat banana pudding today, so that was cool.
Banana pudding is the bomb,
Is
and
this
it
your
was episode
It's homemade
6.
too.
cheat day? Yeah.
Can you send me some?
Hold on.
Do it.
Pardon the feet, but this is what I
What
made.
would be even better is if he had a purple bowl
I
in
know.
front of him and he reached forward and pulled that out.
We should have
Here,
just
put it in
mindfucked
the
the
cup
audience.
for me. Just put it in the cup. You know, it's right here. Got you.
I could use some dessert. I had steak and mac and cheese tonight, so if you could give me some of
Hell
that
yeah,
pudding,
dude.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go put this up on Instagram.
I got
in a
to
second.
cheat. I got to cheat with some chili and banana pudding today, so that was pretty sweet.
Hey man, you deserve it. You're looking good.
Oh, thanks.
Dropping
I appreciate it.
man.
I'm trying. I mean, it's not really about the weight loss. It's more about my inflammation that I'm trying to get. It's but neither here nor there. But it's fine. As far as the stream goes, I have nothing. I've literally I've not prepared for this at all. So
We're shooting from the hip, boys and girls, but it's okay.
That's all right.
It's okay.
So, Lucas, what do you think then? You know, whoever poked you about joining the group and whatnot.
Well, I've been watching you guys, obviously. So, but then I think it was Reaper again who reached out first and was like, "Do you want to come and play with us?" And I was like, "Sure, yeah." And he was very much like, "Okay, you know, how long do you want to play with us?" And I'm like, I mean, that's kind of up to you guys. I can't exactly be like, I want to play with you guys forever. And then, you know, you guys are like, okay, well, like maybe like 1 or 2 episodes. How about that? You know? So it was definitely John once again that drew in and became the glue for that. As far as my expectations and everything like that went, so like you said, I've played D&D before. I will say this is oddly the first time that I've seen a group start with nothing. Like I've always seen groups start with an adventuring backpack that's got the rope and everything and the bedroll and the blankets and all of that stuff and their weapons and their armor and everything's already on them and they're ready to go from day one. And then you guys start out and it's literally like just finding a dagger is like, oh, I have a dagger. Yes. You know, like literally like that level of enthusiasm for something that you really take for granted in this game when you get higher level and you get to the point where you're like, I can go to a store and buy a dagger for a gold piece and I've got a bandolier of daggers now on me, you know, like, so it was really awesome to watch you guys start from nothing and scrounge and scrape. And I remember, Matt, when we were talking about me joining, the conversation that we had of, okay, we don't want me coming in with everything on my person and being, first off, just overpowered compared to the rest of the group. But secondly, and more importantly,
I've been
like,
fine with that. Just like,
but more importantly, we don't want a situation where it's like, okay, now somebody comes in and you guys are fully kitted out. Like, I'm not going to be carrying like a cartload of backpacks and bedrolls and everything like that with me, you know, like just randomly hoping to find a party of adventurers down in the Underdark that are willing to join up and that, wouldn't you know it, aren't equipped for this. So So it was that was a key part of everything, and I think that it worked out really, really well. And I again, like, I know we've been showering you in compliments, Matt, but I really do genuinely think that your DM style has been awesome. It's as a fellow DM and a player, I really appreciate the way that you run the game. I really appreciate the way that you explain the world, that you use the rules tightly enough to keep the game structured, but loosely enough to make it fun for the players, which is such a hard balance to achieve, especially in an online game. So, yeah, I mean, expectations wise, I came in expecting to play D&D and have a good time. Those expectations were definitely met and exceeded. I mean, you guys have been great, so welcoming to me, so thank you very much for that. But then, just the fun of this game and the fact that I got to sacrifice my character for the good of the party, which is the best feeling ever.
I'm still sour about it.
I still have some issues. Not gonna lie. Again, Matt does a fantastic job. He's my first DM, but he is very fair about what he allows us to do, and he's like, yeah, that's cool, or no, you can't do that. Like, it's a good balance. It really is, because like sometimes it's like, can we get just a little help, just a little? He's like, no, or like, hey babe, we found something. Okay, yeah, you found like 2 sticks to rub together to make a fire. There you go. Like, okay, yeah, we can do this. But you're right, man. Going into this, I think Matt you were asking us like, what campaign do you want to do? And of course, us stupidly just saying, yeah, the one where we're in prison where we have nothing. Like, it's not going to be too bad, right? Wrong. It's like one of the hardest things to start out with. And for our first campaign ever, anybody's done, we literally chose the hardest thing. So coming from that to where we are now, it's crazy to think, like, yeah, there are guys out there that start off and they're like fully kitted with like 2 swords, a ton of health packs.
I didn't even know that was
like,
a thing. I didn't even know. I thought
I
thought everybody started their first campaign this way, so I didn't know.
I thought a little bit too, and then I like started like researching and asking around, and everybody's like, dude, no, I at least started with a sword. Like, what do you mean you have nothing? Dude, we have zero gear. There's nothing. We are sneaking everywhere. We're trying to get these guards off their backs on the tails, like we're just trying to survive. And that was the first 2 episodes right there. It was just us surviving as fast as we could. And to think where we are now, it's crazy. Yeah. Like, John's got Dawn that is super magical and awesome. Connor, you got poison on your, dagger, and I got this gigantic great axe that I got from a Minotaur. So, and Aragard, you have like everything. You have the wings, you had the mace, you had awesome, cool spells you dropped in. It's cool. I'm down. No. We'll not letting you go.
I will say that was like one of my favorite things about whenever y'all did make the choice, because I've got a few campaign guides and like modules and everything, but so far Out of the Abyss has been my favorite because it starts you off with nothing and trying to survive. And most people, whenever they join the game, they want the Lord of the Rings experience, and this is like the Lord of the Rings, but you're just the hobbits. Yeah, there's no fellowship, you're just the hobbits.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Although now we can, and I can be like, and you have my axe. So here we go. Next campaign.
You work up to being Gimli, okay? It's just like Digimon.
But being said, starting out with nothing, like with this being my first campaign and Troy's first campaign, I feel like if I would have started out with anything else, I would have been spoiled, because going in this way, it really made me appreciate every little thing that my character is allowed to do and understand this world and how I can actually interact with it. Because if I just had all this stuff in I'm just going to use this. We're good. You know, I've literally had to think about every step that I'm going to take, and a lot of times I'm just like, I don't know, what am I going to fucking do right now? but having the limit on the tools that I have and that I'm able to use allows me to again come in with some clutch moments that otherwise, I mean, it wouldn't seem so clutch. It probably would have just been like a normal event that happens in any other D&D campaign. So that's what I really like about this campaign in particular, and starting out this way as a new D&D player. Like I said, I don't think I would have wanted to start any other way. So yeah, great job.
So and I'll say too, like, I think that you do appreciate so much more all of those things that you get because of starting off with nothing, and so it makes every little thing, and that to me is like, it's got to be I almost want to say it's probably one of the best ways to start D&D. Like, as new players, I imagine that's such an incredible way to start off, just because of the fact that you've now had to survive for so long, and so you really can feel that sense of accomplishment of, we've made it all this way.
And I will say, like, whenever I first started D&D, you know, I met some people who played. I tried playing once, and the group didn't mesh with me, so I didn't touch it for years. And then I found the starter set in Barnes and Nobles, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. It's like $30. I'm gonna get it. And you know, now it's been like 3 to 4 years. But the original group that I played with, we did the Mines of Phandalin. That's in the starter set, and it's just this little, like, your level 1. Here's a like 100-page or less booklet of an adventure. And my party, with 3 people, they started with all their gear and everything. And sure, there were some near deaths and everything like that, but they felt like adventurers from the get-go. And then those same people got out of the abyss for our second thing to run through, and they started with nothing. So going also from like a little mini campaign to having nothing was a shell shock for them. You know, it's not like the other way around where it's like, oh, now every campaign I'm going to appreciate this. It was like, shit, how do I survive? What do I do? I don't have anything.
And now you see us, and we're just looking at everybody else going, noobs. Get on our level.
Are we allowed to do that now?
We're going to hop in your campaign and tell you how crappy you are and how awesome we are for surviving.
This guy clearly has never heard of Craig or the Clutch. Let me tell you.
Never. They were like the old grandpas that are like, you know, back in my day, we had to scrounge for a knife. We had to scrounge for a dagger. You kids and your swords and fancy shields.
Oh, man.
Waddle away, you know.
So, and as far as, I mean, because I don't really know, I mean, I guess this isn't really a question that you have to answer, Matt, either, because obviously we don't want to spoil anything, but is there a lot left to this campaign? Is there going to be something, is this going to run into another story later on, or are we just going to kind of separate everything? And again, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to.
Well, the length of the campaign definitely will be depending on, you know, the decisions y'all make and everything. But in terms of the book, I will say y'all have barely scratched the surface.
Oh.
You know, there's still plenty left to see and do. And, you know, while there is the book stuff too, I always also have, not sometimes heavily, but I definitely modify the modules to have more of also y'all's story. So, you know, it's going to be a balancing of completing what's in the module and then also touching on anything that is from each of your characters' stories and, you know, goals and things like that. So it may also extend a little bit beyond that or through that to extend this campaign. So, you know, you'll still have a good bit of ways left. Good bit of ways.
Okay. Fair enough.
I was thinking that too, because we all have our own backgrounds that we haven't even really dug into. I know John is keeping his story close to the chest because he hasn't spoken a single word about his backstory. You hear little bits from me and what I'm about, trying to get revenge for my brother. Kraegor over here is just being Kraegor and enjoying life and going by the
Yep. We haven't
seat of
touched
pants.
we haven't touched too much on my backstory yet, which I'm kind of looking
Yeah.
forward to at some point. So
We all know he lost the eye, and he still hasn't told us. So that's that. And Erengar, when he was with us, could have, gone his backstory or something. But, we still probably can. It's okay. So, I didn't know if we get out of this, do we go to, one character story, then another character story, then another character story, and then bring it all together? Or would that be a whole new campaign that we have to do? Or is it some way we can blend it all together to make one brand new kind of campaign? Or I don't know if it's up to you, how this works and in terms of
Well,
that.
I will say, so long as these characters are involved, it is always this campaign, whether it's from the module or not. And it'd be easier to break it more into a season of arcs, up until, let's say, Sloopadoop, that it was kind of like the Drow prison arc, because that dealt with escaping from Elvara and confronting Elvara and things like that. And as the campaign continues, there will be other arcs that come up that are just kind of fit thematically within the story as it's being told. So, yeah, you've only just gotten your first one, man. Just the first arc. You just got an achievement.
that's another thing. We need to make achievements.
You survived
Trophy
today.
system. I don't know.
The one trophy you want to avoid is character death.
Got it.
Hey, this close.
Your character died.
I think that's the only time I've rolled a natural 20 was whenever I had to do a death save, and I rolled it and I came back with one little HP. And yeah, that was it. That was it. Stupid dice.
Well,
Not saying I hate dice, just stupid.
well, I do look forward to what the future holds for D&D, of course. Still having a blast with it. Can't wait till Wednesday still. It's going to be kind of sad not having Lucas there at this time, but hey, who knows? We'll say, maybe he'll be back in a couple episodes. I don't know. We literally have no idea what Matt has planned. I have no fucking clue, so.
No one does.
Oh, boy.
I still think Argonos is coming back. All right, yeah, it's okay, guys in the chat. Okay, it's denial and all that stuff. I'm still in denial. Okay, still there. Why? Because he has magic that we have never seen before. He has a holy, spirit ghost and god that he's got. So
Yeah.
And he only did 2 saves or rolls after the initial first one that he passed. You need 3 to come back alive. So, detective work. I'm like Batman right now.
Unless that second roll just gave me a direction of good or bad.
Nah.
I gotta be like that. Nah. I'm still not believing it. Nope.
Well.
Okay, so wait.
DM life is a life of secrets. I'm sorry.
It's all right. So, if someone does die, can we just start off with a new character that just somehow joins the group, or how would that work?
So now that you've seen a character death, I will say it's a good idea to have at least a concept of a backup character, just in case. Because as you've seen, especially with internet full reveal dice, there's no fudging. There's nothing like that. It's you get what you get, and the chances are out there.
Yeah. I try not to spoil. So everything I'm learning from the game every Wednesday. I'm going off the cuff. I'm not doing the research behind oh, what if somebody dies? No, I kind of want to go through it, and I kind of want to see maybe through you, if you can help us out. This is the experience you get. Is you have to play to get the experience. And so this is right. I don't want to research it, look it up.
Yeah.
It's just cheap.
Now, granted, also depending on like the way your character dies, you might also, let's say, try and keep the body and seek out a way to resurrect them, so you can bring them back. But depending on how long that takes, could depend on how difficult it will be, and depending on who you are and your circumstances of when you die, the state of your soul may not make it as easy as well. Um, so, character death can be handled in a lot of different ways. Uh, but I do like people to have, at least after the nice little beginning bit, once things start getting more challenging, a concept just in case anything happens. Uh, and the way I would introduce, if there is a new character, would be something that makes sense with the story and the setting versus just being like, all right, you take a left and oh look, there's a new guy who's like, hey, I want to join your party.
Yeah.
It might take a few episodes just because it would have to be naturally flowing into the game. So
Not a new player has joined.
yeah, this is not a console game, guys. All right.
They pop up. Red Warrior needs food badly.
I love it.
I'm just saying, my backup character is the God of Sparta. He's awesome. He's coming in fully decked out with 2 blades. So that's my backup character.
My backup character is just Thanos. I'm just Thanos. Just gonna come in. Pity,
Aaron Guard, you're back. I mean, Archidekt, you're back.
The fact that you all should have bit it in an hour into episode 1.
Yeah. Thank you, Trix. That's very true. We should have died in the first episode. I'm pretty sure. Wait, Matt, how many times have you ran this campaign to where they didn't even make it out of the prison itself?
I haven't had characters not make it out. I have had companion characters die to save the player characters, but I haven't had actual player characters die escaping Belgium.
Has anybody screwed up that first moment as bad as I did? I'm really anxious to find out.
Like, if he didn't screw up, what would have happened?
Not in Out of the Abyss. In other campaigns, yes, but not in this particular module.
like were people actually able to naturally get out of this cell without a huge battle starting?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's yeah.
So I've only actually run this one other time with my original group, and
Birds are so good.
I will say there is an alternate way to escape that was in the book, where like while things are going on, demons attack the Drought prison, and they try to escape during that attack, and they had people die to Drow and to demons in the madness. And so,
I'm really glad with the way we went out was the way we went out.
You're welcome.
Thank you, because if we battled demons, we would have died.
See, he didn't even know it, but he was already Gregor the Clutch.
That's all it was, baby. That's all it was.
You see this domino right here? This Kragor domino? Just set up the whole stage for us.
I'm telling you guys, if I'm not a king by the end of this campaign, I did something wrong. King Kragor the Clutch, okay?
No, you need to change that, homie.
There's too many Ks.
That's 3 of them.
Wait, is Clutch with a K? I never mind.
No, it's with a C technically.
Yeah.
But I use everything in Mortal Kombat speak, so
True.
I will
Facts.
also.
Trix has called it out. Gregor is actually a genius in disguise.
He really is.
It's the idiots of
This is all his strategy that's playing out right now. He's just playing a big giant game of chess.
Yeah, one day there's gonna be a moment in this game where I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna be like laughing and like,
You fool.
"You fools! You don't know who I am. I'm Crego the Clutch."
Why do you
Shanks
think he got that horns helmet, man? He's not showing
Exactly.
that he's a good guy.
I'm hiding my true identity. It's more like an exoskeleton, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that's my true image on the outside. You guys just don't even know it.
See, Tricks, Gregor says he's talking all the time, but he's really creating the script that he sends to me.
They're not supposed to know that secret.
Oh shit. I was found out.
I mean, since we're having a behind-the-scenes Q&A, you know?
Yeah, might as well, right?
You just see John come in the chat out of nowhere. I fucking knew it, and goes back to sleep.
God, what a plot twist that would be.
That is evil. Don't do that. That's
Well,
super.
I guess you'll just have to wait and see. Okay.
So I will ask, you know, in my first campaign, my group escaped with pretty much completely different people than the other NPCs that y'all escaped with. Were there other NPCs in there that you were curious about before you all escaped, or in the beginning were y'all just kind of like, okay, we're gonna escape, and whoever gets out with us gets out with us? Because I know you're attached to them now, but
Whatever happened to what's our boy, dude? The clutch dude before me. You know what I'm talking about, Troy? Bolby? Was it Bolby?
Bulby.
Boopido.
Boopido.
Boopido. Gosh, I was way off.
What happened? He stayed back, right? In the tower?
Yeah, he was in the tower with Topsy Turvy and the others.
God, how many people did we lose in the tower? Because we had another drow. We had the other drow that was with us. We had Topsy Turvy. We had Boopido. We had who else did we have? We have one more person in there.
Well, we had
There was
Jarlin.
also Jim Jar.
Jim
Jar.
Yeah, the gambler. And then there was also Shushar, the Kuatoa, fish guy, that was meditating in there.
Yeah, I didn't really like that guy. Fuck him.
Imagine if we had him there. Right now, he would have been like, "Hey, the Demogorgon's right out there, guys."
That's a good point.
We should get out of here now before one of your party members bites it.
Gosh,
I'd say the whole Sloopadoop encounter would have been very different with Shushar with you.
He would have been like, "Let's get out of here, guys. Just let's get out of here."
He's like, "Nah, dude, we're not going there. These guys are fucking assholes."
There's a whole civil war going on down there. We don't want to be a part of it. That's why I was up there. I was trying to get away from this. Let's get out. Let's just get out. God dang. We lost a lot of people.
Yeah, we did. After we jumped into the water. That was the last time we had everybody together.
To be fair, the bridge did get taken out, and we had to either sink or swim at that point. It was.
To be fair, they could have chosen to jump.
To be fair,
I could have sworn I yelled at them and said, "Hey, jump down here," and nothing happened. So I don't know.
There was a moment where we were like, "Let's go, jump down. You're fine." But no, there were spiders.
Yeah, there were spiders.
There were spiders in the way.
Yeah. Elvira summoned spiders and was levitating out there, fucking using her tentacle whip to be like, nah.
I hate her. Well,
That's why I killed her.
so
In spectacular fashion.
but we don't know exactly what happened with all of them. We know that Topsy and Turvy got hurt, but other than that, we don't really know much
Did
about
they
anybody
make
else.
it out, or they?
Yeah, we don't
Are
even
they
know that.
dead?
We don't know where they went because they took off on the episode. God damn it.
Matt, where are they?
He hasn't heard
Are
from
they
them either.
alive?
Somewhere.
Over the rainbow.
Under the darkness. Yeah.
They're so screwed. Watch them come back and like later on in the campaign, fully decked and kitted out, just like we found an armory while you guys were dying.
Hey, we found this army back here. It's like they were just chilling, waiting to storm something. So we grabbed them, and now they're here, guys. So
They just walk up with two baboon heads, being dragged behind them. They're like, "What? You guys couldn't kill the Demogorgon?" What?
I've already
Ramos
said.
flips everybody off.
I already said we're no heroes. So we'll see what we can pull off. I don't know. We still got a lot to do.
Yeah, we do.
Oh man. Well, that was.
I just want to find an awesome weapon somewhere like Dawn, except with more coolness and fiery and
Yeah.
all around badass end game weapon.
Yeah. You know what? Sorry. More improvements. I would say more weapons. Give us more weapons. Give us more magic. You know. You know what I'm talking about. Give me some of them enchanted shit. You know what I'm talking about? Come on, Matt. I know you know what I'm talking about.
I want that Skyrim mask that gives me like extra carrying weight and like, faster running speed or something cool.
Maybe
Control the dragon.
maybe something that brings
It
Arcados
must
back.
suck to be stuck in the caves that are all barren and uninhabited.
That have been literally inhabitable for many years. We just so happen to be there. I'm really mad that Flame On's not even with us anymore. After all we did for him to get him down the canyon and back up the canyon, I died.
How do you think Nandor
Almost.
feels? Nandor's got to be
He's fine.
upset.
He's okay.
I don't know.
I don't think Nandor even remembers.
No, Nandor remembers.
Nandor never forgets.
Oh.
Well, snap.
I do want one of those giant worms too, by the way.
Wait,
That
what?
was epic. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that
The
was
giant worm that ate the guy.
I will say,
Purple worm.
like we said before, Matt's structure and the way he describes everything, the picture in my mind of all of this stuff happening is like,
Yes.
it's so vivid, and I think about, I don't know why I compare it to this, but it's like, you ever seen that movie Your Highness with Danny McBride, and it was really dumb. It was a dumb fucking movie.
I
But-
remember it. Yeah.
But for some reason, all the we have this moments of seriousness and just stupid, idiotic shit that happens sometimes. It's just I just picture it like very much like that. I don't know why, but in my mind, it's a lot funnier, I think, than what it actually was portrayed to be. And that's just, again, that's the mind of Craigor at work. So
I told you, let me kill him. Let me just, cut his Achilles or something. No. And then out of nowhere, just this giant worm comes from under the ground and just eats him. Like, yes. That's exactly what I was saying.
That is what the chat willed.
it is.
That is.
Well,
Thank you, chat.
we'll see what else the chat wills later on in the other episodes. But well, guys, I mean, I know we were gonna kind of keep it short tonight. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to talk about before we maybe move on? We're at about an hour right now.
So, you coming back on Wednesday, Arcados?
I will not be back on Wednesday.
Damn. He will be in the chat though, as a spirit. We've already determined that.
It's all your fault, Matt.
Oh, Troy.
Fuck you, man.
Ugh, this is gonna be so hard to get back.
Well, I mean, I will say, I know I probably already talked about it, but Lucas, we are going to miss you in the times that we don't have you. We do hope to have you back at some point.
Yes.
You know, we've grown very accustomed to having you here, so no pressure, of course, but pressure. Anyways, guys, if you guys, I'm just gonna kind of go around the table again, like we do at the end of every show, and just kind of see if you guys had anything you want to say. Matt, did you have anything you want to say to everybody?
Just much appreciation to y'all for enjoying the things I create, and for everyone for watching and enjoying it as well. Tomorrow around 7 to 7:30, hopefully p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be running a game called The Rising Storm, the PvE game on my channel, twitch.tv/HobsandMods, with another set of people that I know who have been wanting to play D&D and things like that. So if you want to see some more shenanigans in a above ground urban setting, you can find me there.
With spoiled brats. Just kidding.
Troy?
No, it's true.
Troy, you want to say anything? Nah.
Thank you.
No, I'm just kidding.
Next. No, thank you again. Thank you to you guys, really. Thanks to Matt, Connor, Esteban, Mr. Aaron Guard, aka Lucas the Man. Thank you guys for making me look forward to something every week that takes me away from shitty work and all this COVID crap and actually brings a smile to my face and gets me some actual fun that I look forward to. So thank you guys. And thank you to all the people in the chat. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. And thank you for sticking around with us through 12 episodes that I didn't even know we'd get that far. I'm still amazed that we're even at 12 episodes. It is
It's crazy.
crazy.
Right? Yeah.
It really is.
What's funny?
Guys...
What's funny to me? I will say, sorry to interrupt. I would say like this feels like it's been way longer. That
right, it has. And that is the thing. It has, and well, we do put in like 3-hour games, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But
you're living 2 lives. I mean,
true.
Yeah, this one's better. Anyway. But thank you for sticking around with us and going with us through this entire awesome campaign. And it's overwhelming. It's just something I can't explain. But thank you guys for joining with us. And again, thank you to all my cohorts here and their brothers. So thank you again, guys. Thank you for everything. Can't do it without you.
Oh, Troy, thank you for making a Twitter.
Oh yeah, and I also made a Twitter.
It finally happened, everybody.
Bullying does work.
Did.
I hope you know this. Bullying does work. Thank you to Avenged. Thank you to Trix.
Troy's thoughts do not reflect the thoughts of the entire Heathens and Heroes crew, just so you guys
know. We're gonna start making disclaimers.
Seriously.
You better start.
I'll start making them so they pop up at the bottom of the screen. So
I'm gonna start dropping everything. Yeah, I got bullied into it, but here I am. I got a Twitter, Doomed Atlas. You can find me on there. Look it up. TCuff18 on Instagram, and that's pretty much all I got. So yeah, step on by. We'll talk.
Lucas, you want to say anything?
Once again, thank you to all you guys for having me for the last several episodes. I will be out this coming week because, of course, Arcados has met his demise, but we'll see what the future holds for all of you. So, and to everybody that watches, thank you guys for supporting these fine gentlemen and their first foray for many of them into D&D. Check out their individual Twitch channels, as I say every week. Check out their socials. Keep an eye on their socials because, as I understand, we might be doing another stream, possibly like a Neverwinter or something like that in the next couple of days here. And then, thank you guys again, and I look forward to playing with you again soon.
Oh, of course.
Even if it's on Neverwinter, you're still playing.
I will make a note. I will make a note that Lucas did say he's not going to be here this week. He said this week. I'm just putting it there.
This week. Keywords.
As for me, guys, again, just to echo everybody, thank you guys so much. Like we say all the time, we love doing this, but we love it even more when you guys are around watching. So please tune in every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Central, based on our times where we're at. I've grown to love this. This has been one of the things that has made 2020 the most bearable. Honestly, being stuck in the house and everything these last 12 weeks, or I mean even more than that, I would say, has made it very easy to get through the day if I know this is coming up in the week. So thank you guys for putting this together, and for all of us for being together on this and having fun with it. And it's been a fantastic experience, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for Heathens and Heroes. Guys, we're just starting. I mean, this is the beginning. We got a long way to go on this road, so I can't wait to see what happens. But as for me tonight,
Welcome to episode 365.
Yeah, I'll start growing
We're
my
still
beard.
There's a
alive.
D&D game that's been going like 38 years, so just saying.
We got some catching up to do then.
Yeah.
Well,
I do want to interject for one moment and just say once more, shout out to Esteban, who brought everybody in this group together, and who couldn't be here tonight because unfortunately he has to work in the morning. But big thanks to him for bringing you guys together and then bringing me into this fold as well.
we love you, Esteban. We know you're out
We
there,
give him
man.
his own one-on-one chat one day, just a little interview.
Sit down with the creator of.
He's gonna do a live react to this session someday, so we'll make sure to let you guys know when that happens. Yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, we will be back with a Neverwinter stream either tomorrow or Tuesday. We want to kind of hit it before Wednesday's stream so that we can be affiliate by the time we come back for the show on Wednesday. So keep an eye out on our Twitters for that. It's in the chat. You guys have seen it there. Until then, we'll see you on the next one. Stay strong. Journey on. Take care, guys.
Go to sleep, Tricks.